Walter Over cordially welcome you to another edition of the Irish at Home and Abroad. Don't forget, later on in the programme, we'll be crossing the Irish Sea to join Martin Logan with the Irish community in the UK. But first, we're here in the North Mayo capital for the annual Ballina Salmon Festival. Today is Heritage Day and there are thousands of people on the streets, so sit back and enjoy the festivities.
I'm the PRO for the Ballina Salmon Festival this year, Henry, so it's been quite a busy few months getting set up and getting going for this, but it's all coming to fruition now. There's a massive community involvement. We have probably the guts of about 300 people helping out at all the various events, whether they're organising events or whether they're stewarding or helping out in the office or whatever. So it's a huge community effort. People really come together for this and we're really proud of it.
Now, there's been a couple of additions to this year's festival.
There has indeed, yeah. So we've gone back to an 8-day festival, so it's been quite a long week this year. We had a beautiful new addition to the programme this year called A Night at the Proms, which is a resounding success there on Monday night. Massive crowds and rave reviews to that. And we've also added an evening of traditional music in, which has been that's on Friday night, and we're really looking forward to that. All the groups in the area, traditional music groups and singers and dancers are coming together to put on one big show. What else do we have? We have the core stage, lunchtime concerts with Music Generation Mayo. So really what we wanted to do during the festival is to give our local talent and our young talent a platform, because we have so much talent in the area, particularly musical talent. And during the festival we really wanted to showcase that, and I think the programme this year has reflected that quite well.
Well, today is one of the big days of the festival, the annual Heritage Day.
Absolutely, yeah. This is more or less the biggest day in Ballina, really, and we were on the streets this morning at 6:30 setting up, and again a huge community effort, and there's just such a great buzz around town today. Lots of heritage stalls on display. The Jackie Clark collection across the road have a massive heritage programme put on for the day. The Garda Band are playing on the main stage at 2 o'clock today, which is a huge coup for the area. We're delighted to have them, and one of our own local Gardaí, Alan McGinty, is performing with them, so we're so excited about that. But overall there's just such a great buzz around the town today.
And there's huge crowds in town for the Heritage Day.
Absolutely massive, Henry, yeah, because every Heritage Day we usually see between 30 and 40,000, and we really think this year we're going to cap that. From early morning, the streets are hopping this morning, and obviously we're blessed with the weather today too.
There's a lot of work that goes into this months beforehand, getting the streets ready. Sometimes we're out until 2 o'clock in the morning, from maybe 6 o'clock in the evening. This morning we were all out at 5 o'clock this morning getting this ready, and it shows today, it's a brilliant day. Everybody is enjoying themselves and everybody is safe, please God, so far.
So how many stewards in total would be involved?
We would have between 50 and 60 all told during the week, and everybody would have their own little role to do, covering different streets, making sure people are safe. The whole centre of the town is closed off for the festival, and thanks to the community in the town, right? They do that every year for us. We close off the streets. The guards are absolutely, you couldn't do it without them. Without the Gardaí, they're brilliant. They really are. And of course, when you have a good team like we have in the festival, I think you can run anything.
Well, I'm both honoured and humbled to be the chairman of the Ballina Salmon Festival, which is a great honour, as I'd say. Festival comes to the word about a celebration, and this one is about a celebration of community, the spirit in the community, where, you see 200 volunteers, and if we don't have community, what do we have? Right, it's all about this, where, people giving of themselves, right, and the talent, I'm both humbled and I say I'm very honoured to be that person.
What kind of cost does a festival like this entail?
It can ensue, I suppose, this, for being honest with you, about €200,000, right? Now, most of that will be coming through, say, various schemes like FOST and that. But, just to run the music for the festival costs over 50,000. Then you put the sound, the lighting and whatever else. Fireworks, the Mardi Gras. And you have to try and get the balance between some events you pay into and some that are free. And we had a night of the proms, right, where you had all the choirs of Ballina, 203 people singing. And as I said, it brought, cheer to my eye, joy to my heart, right? And, if you haven't got that spirit, and that really portrays that, well, it's just magic,
I'm actually the vice chair of the Ballina Salmon Festival this year, and this year we decided, because I also work for the Ballina Chamber of Commerce and the Ballina Tourist Office, that collaboratively for us all to work together, that it would support the festival in creating this fantastic 8-day event. So it is overall a collaboration between all the business entities of the town to support the Ballina Salmon Festival.
And as well as the businesses, of course, you've had some great official recommendations from Mayo County Cost and Mayo.ie.
Yes, we're very proud of that they've come on board. They support us every year, and it's such a fantastic event for Mayo North that the council have been a great support to us, and also our own Ballina Municipal District Council. We would always thank the local councillors who support the Ballina Salmon Festival through funding, through supporting, through helping us market the event, to come into all the events that we run. They come out and they support us all the time. And also to our county manager, Peter Hines. He's been to numerous events already this week, so we want to thank all of them for coming along and supporting us, as well as Fáilte Ireland. They also have given us a lot of support along the way.
And how important is this festival for a town like Ballina from a commercial point of view?
It is so important. It brings in approximately €5 million to the economy of the town, and from a financial point of view, that's a lot of money, obviously. It helps to support all the hotels and the hospitality industries, all the restaurants. Even though it might not be busy now, for some of the businesses down the road, they'll recoup that revenue because people will have made a few pounds out of the event. So overall, from a financial point of view, it's a fantastic initiative. It's a great event that we have running 53 years, but from a community point of view, even more so, it's even more special.
And I see you have dressed appropriately for the occasion today.
Yes, we always try and encourage everybody to dress up. It is our National Heritage Day, and it has been running for over 30 years now in Ballina. So we want to get everybody to dress up, to get into the spirit of the National Heritage Day, and to step back in time and enjoy what Ballina and Mayo has to offer.
It's a fantastic day. The sun is shining. It's really tropical here in Ballina. And to be Cathaoirleach of the Ballina municipal area on a day like this, I'm especially proud. We had a fantastic night, Monday night, at the proms in Ballina, in excess of 600 people in attendance, and almost 120 had returned away, which has really never happened. Everybody was in awe of it, and it just wowed everybody there. George Lee was the MC, and I think he's gone back to Dublin a very excited man.
What brings you to Ballina?
Right, well, I'm Seamus Doyle's my name. I'm a councillor in Armagh, Banbridge and Craigavon Borough Council. A Ballina Council invited councillors down here to a festival here.
And there's a twinning, isn't there, between...
There's a twinning which was originally with Craigavon Council, but under the new councils we have now, well, 3 councils all into one, which is Armagh, Banbridge and Craigavon. So I would like to think of this new council would keep the twinning going with Ballina. We're a big, large council now of 200,000 people, and with the activities here in Ballina, it's great to see this community festival bringing everybody together, and someday I would like that to happen up with us, Well, I think certainly we could take a lot of ideas from Ballina how to run a festival. I think we'd need to bring some of our staff down really to show them how Ballina runs this festival, because we had never put anything on like this. We're a big council and we should be able to do it and get more community spirit into our people,
Ballina Cowboys was a figment of my imagination as soon as I went into the Astoria cinema or the Savoy cinema when I was a Gosling. And all I could see was Roy Rogers, Gene Autry, then John Wayne and all these fellas. And if you look at the, especially them boards there, you can see all the pictures that made me a cowboy. And years later, when I was about maybe 14, this fella from the neighbourhood went off to America and sent his brother one of the loveliest sets of guns in all your life. And I envied him. And I said, can I get a few pounds together when I start working? I'll buy them. And that's what I did. And it sort of graduated from bits and pieces. So I used to do it on my own all the time. Except then I got this printed and painted and got the lads with me. So that's us now, having the crack, like, you know. That's
You look like you have a group of desperados there behind you. I hope you're not going to rob a bank or anything.
Well, what happened was about an hour and a half ago, the alarm went off in the thing, and we were blamed for the guards were down. And the next thing, what I did, I ran down and I put a bag over my shoulder, ran down there. And next thing, I was coming out of the bank with the gun up like this, you know, and they're off and crack there, you know.
Well, listen, enjoy the day. Great crowds on the streets here in Ballina.
It's lovely, and it's lovely to see you guys, you know. And thanks for coming down. And,
Not at all, okay. Well, it has to be one of the major festivals now in the west of Ireland.
Yeah, I don't think, it's like life itself. There's no such thing as being a success. You can be successful at any moment in time. And I think what we're doing is we're coming back to new beginnings, we're finding new events, and we also have to find new spirit, be more innovative, right? But from that, I think, you bring that network of knowledge from the past directors to future directors, right? And, some great ideas outside there, and, the talents in the area, and to portray that, right? And, the feel-good spirit.
Well, it must be great now, for today now, the Heritage Day, and to be walking up and down the street and seeing the buzz and the amount of stalls and the heritage that's here in Ballina.
Yeah, but I think you got to honour the people that made it happen. There was 200 people out here this morning at 6 o'clock. I arrived at 6, and there were already half the stalls out. These people are not getting paid, and they're asking what can they do next. I mean, you look at that spirit. Right, if we can get that into Mayo, we might win the All-Ireland.
And the outfit, is it of significance, the outfit you're wearing, Billy?
Well, it's the turn of the century. No, it's a little bit earlier than I was born, despite what people are saying. Well, probably it suits me. I was always a bit of a peacock, so I may as well dress as one.
So we're Unity Racing. We're an F1 in Schools team here from Ballina, St Muirlex College, and we're going to be representing Ireland at the World Finals of the F1 in Schools competition in Malaysia this September. So what we have here is our car. The competition makes you design, create and race this miniature F1 car. So every team has a different one, but everything is similar. So besides making the car, we have to create portfolios, basically operate like a business, focus on originality, innovation. We should raise about 30,000 of sponsorship. There's a lot really for us to do, and it's all about opening doors in engineering and careers in the future. 20 million people the competition was available to this year, and we'll be in the top 50, top 45 or 50. So we've come a long way so far, but we still have a lot to go.
Well, we wish you luck, lads, with us then. Hopefully bring back honours to Ballina.
We're here in the Jackie Clark Collection Gardens, and it's really, really busy. It's probably our busiest day of the year. Heritage Day, of course, in the Ballina Salmon Festival. At the moment, behind me, we have the Birds of Prey on, but outside the museum as well, we've been organising a lot. We've kind of made a heritage quarter almost. We've invited a lot of the other museums and visitor centres around the county to come down to Ballina for the day to have a stall. So while the whole town is transformed Heritage Day, this is definitely the Heritage Quarter. water. We'd be very involved with the organisation of the festival and other highlights that you might see here then today. The armoured cars from the Curragh, the army cars. We've got old-fashioned kiddies games on, so lots of hopscotch and that kind of thing. And it's just really nice to step back in time. Well, of course, the sun is shining, so when the sun is shining, everyone is in good form. But I mean, we've had all age groups here. We've had families, small kids, big kids, teens, older people as well. And everybody seems to be having a good day. There seems to be something for everyone. And everyone's going around with a smile on their face, which is good. Yeah, so the Jackie Clark collection, of course, is here in the very heart of Ballina on Pierce Street, and we're open usually Tuesday to Saturday from 10 until 5, and we're free admission. And I suppose with it being Heritage Day, it is a great chance for anybody that knows about the Jackie Clark collection that hasn't got a chance yet to actually come in on the day that's in it, when we're all in our old-fashioned gear and all the rest of it.
Cause the aircraft to stall and fall out of the sky. This kept happening again and again and again until some really...
My boss asked me on the 16th of June would I enter the Lady of the Moy, and I was unsure, but he gave me a lot of confidence in doing it. So I filled out the application form, answered all the questions, and I left it into the Ballina Salmon Festival tourist office, and that's really how it all came together.
And why do you think you won it?
Well, I don't know, but I hope to think it was because of... Well, I have a strong view on the whole tourism and the Irish culture. I'm very into all the Gaeilge, and I'm studying primary school teaching myself up in DCU, so Gaeilge is a big part of my studies, so I think it's very important that there can be a lady to represent Ballina town. I think it's very important, and just throughout the year I have to attend some of the events. This week is the massive week and the biggest week of the year, and it's been very busy so far with the night of the proms and the Heritage Day today, which is going fabulous, and we've traditional night on Friday night and the Mardi Gras on Saturday, so that's all stuff to look forward to. And then throughout the year, during the weekends, I'll be going to old folks' home and schools and just little things like that, just to get the word out about Ballina and to encourage people to give support to our local community.
Music Generation is Ireland's national music tuition programme. It's funded by U2 and the Ireland Funds a number of years back, and we're in 18 counties now and growing. So my role is I run a youth music centre here in Ballina called the Core, and that's housed within the Ballina Arts Centre, and it's under the auspices of Music Generation Mayo. So the Core it's a resource for young musicians aged 12 to 18. We have a lovely rehearsal facility and rehearsal and recording facility there, and I programme tuition, summer camps. I put on monthly open mics, and basically I just look for performance opportunities for young musicians, and that's what I'm doing today and all week at the festival. I have the Core stage, which is around the corner here now, and we've had about 16 acts or more this week already, and a lot of them are members of the Core, and they interact with all the different activities that go on there, and some of them are just young musicians in the community, which is part of the role as well, just reaching out to young musicians.
My name's Jamie Rooney. I've been an event organiser and director with the festival for 2 or 3 years, but was also involved when I was in college about 15 years ago as well. I'm a native of the town, so it's just good to be able to get involved and give back and partake as well in the organising of the festival, because I've enjoyed it since I was a kid and I have my own kids now, so it's just, it's an important cycle for local people to get involved in. The idea of putting on the busking competition, and we've had great support for the last 3 years from Supermax locally as well, so they've sponsored it as well. So we have one big one-off prize of €750, but we'll have 3 finalists playing off on the stage tomorrow night before the Mardi Gras in town, and it's a good springboard, I think, for kids. Even the town is also open for people to come along and busk themselves, even if they're not interested in going into the competition. So the whole idea is just a very communal, informal affair, very casual, and just get a bit of melody going through the streets and get people to stop and tap their feet for a little bit.
How's the fishing going?
Oh, fishing is very good actually. You know what? I just caught one this morning, so very happy about that and really enjoying it, absolutely.
Where have you come from?
Well, we come from Germany, myself and my son Jules, who's fishing down there. We've been coming for 45 years now to this wonderful town. Actually, and I caught my very first salmon when I was 10 years old, just up on that ridge there. So it's a family tradition. We keep coming back to Ballina.
And how does this compare, this salmon fishing here on the River Moy, to other places you fish?
Well, I fished a lot of places in the world, but to the Moy I need to come back every year because it's the place for salmon fishing in Ireland. The Ridge Pool is the most popular place for salmon fishing, and this is one of the most prolific stretches, so we really enjoy it coming here. And we need to be here once a year at least.
Yeah, and you always come around the festival time?
Absolutely. The festival is great fun. People are in great spirit then. There's lots of things to do, lots of good spirit in the town, so we really enjoy that. And we love coming back every year for that.
Okay. Well, what a fantastic time we had here at the Ballina Salmon Festival. I'm just sorry we cannot stay for more, but I'm certainly looking forward to next year's. Well, coming up after the break, we'll be crossing the Irish Sea to join Martin Logan, who's with the Irish in the UK. So for me, until next week, slán go fómhair.
Hi. We're here in Ballina for the Salmon Festival, so we're having a brilliant week. It's really fantastic. We're looking forward now to the Mardi Gras. Hooray!
Hello and welcome to the Irish in the UK. This week we're coming to you from London to bring you highlights of the London Vintage Rally, which has developed into one of the biggest Irish celebration days in the capital. Later in the show we'll be catching up and finding out a little bit more about Hayrod Training Services in Oldham, who are running an apprenticeship scheme for people who would like to learn a trade in construction. And we'll be meeting Justin Ward Mallinson and her wonderful school of Irish dancing. So sit back and enjoy the show. Now, the sun was shining, the crowds came out in their thousands, and we had a wonderful day at the London Vintage Rally. I've been joined by Margaret from Glencolmkill in County Donegal. Margaret, what are you making with this wool today?
Well, I'm spinning wool, and what I do next is I make pictures from it, hand-woven pictures. And traditionally people knitted with it. You know, everybody had the sheep back in Donegal, so they were very much self-sufficient, and we're trying to keep these skills alive at Glencolmkill Folk Village.
Well, fair play to you, and you're here today in London for the Vintage Rally.
Yes, we're here in London with very kind help from our sponsor, Peter McGinley from Glencolmkill, who works over here, and we're having a brilliant time. We've been treated like royalty over here.
Great stuff. Now, St. Bridget's Cross, we can see St. Bridget's Cross being made there. What is it actually made out of?
Well, they make it out of the rush, and it's traditionally made on the 1st of February. You don't need any house insurance if you have one of them hanging.
Right, okay. How long does it take to make a St. Bridget's cross?
It only takes about 5 to 10 minutes. In fact, we're thinking of having a competition for the children this summer to see who can make the quickest one.
Yeah, but it's got a great significance in the home, hasn't it?
It really does, you know, and there's still a very strong tradition in rural Ireland of making the cross.
Yeah.
And actually here in the club here in Greenford, the community gathers on St. Bridget's night and they make the crosses here in London as well. They keep the traditions really strongly alive over here too, which is nice.
Now, you've got some very dodgy turf here today. Where did that come from?
That's Glencolmkill turf. It's from a place called Meanicharway.
Are you sure it's saved and dry, ready to go?
Oh, it's the real deal, that. And I hope you haven't stolen any on Pete. That's Peter's turf.
Well, listen, I'll tell you what, if you don't give me one of these to take back up to Manchester, there'll be trouble tonight.
Oh, that's vintage turf.
Vintage turf.
He's been
okay.
carrying that creel around for years.
I suppose you're going to tell me that the straw is vintage as well.
That straw, it could be.
Well, listen, you're doing a wonderful job here today. Are you just here for the day?
We're here for 2 days in total. And the Glencolmkill Folk Prize, I'm the manager of the museum. We're 50 years open this year. With great thanks to Father James McDowell, founded the museum back in '67. So that's a big reason to be here, to promote Glencolmkill and celebrate our 50th anniversary.
Sing it up, they're singing back, driving all the young lads back. Once the two-step, three-step, four-step, crowd are yelling out from there. Next to rock and water laugh, down in Greenford tonight. Yep.
Brendan, are you happy with the way things went today?
I'm very happy with the way things went. I mean, we had a couple of wee showers, but it was nothing spectacular. But we couldn't expect. The weather was brilliant. Everything just went into place. And the organisation of it, I'm very, very happy with it this year.
Now, of course, you're the original organiser of this event. You must take great pride, in seeing so many people turn up here today.
Well, I started in 2011, and with a great committee like Tony McGovern and Tommy James and Jim O'Doherty and that. We had a great committee, and without them originally, this wouldn't be possible today because it followed on. Now we've got a new committee, younger people, and we have an average, some weeks we could have 3 meetings between programme committee, music committee and the original committee, or the committee that organises the day-to-day event, I mean, look at the stage. We have 2 stages, you have the day. And them are all sponsored. And as a company from County Sligo and PhD Scaffolding, and they have sponsored us. They have given us a very good deal on the stages. And this makes a professional job of it. And the bit of rain didn't affect the music or nothing. And what can you say? You've got James Doherty over here trashing. The way they used to do it years ago at home, where people would come in and the families would help one another. There was no money exchanged. That was part of the crack, and all that was a great family day, so it was.
Now, speaking about money, we saw you there doing the auction earlier on for different charities. You raised so much money. The people were very generous today.
Very generous. I mean, it was Martin Masterson just pulled me to the one side and he says, Brendan, put £1,000 in that shirt. I says, Martin, that's very decent of you, and that's what I done. And that money goes to that family back in Mayo whose child is undergoing cancer treatment, and it's a wee help for them, Every little helps,
Now, Brendan, a great day today, wonderful crowd. What are you planning for next year?
I'm planning a bigger event if I can get away with it next year. I would love to have a folk festival on the Friday night, folk music, a proper band, and a good country and western band on the Saturday night, for example. Maybe I might get either Derek Ryan, Nathan Carter, or whatever, something like that, so people can come and enjoy a good night's crack, because you don't get it here in London the way it is at home, and people love that.
And of course there were so many Irish here today from so many counties. Everybody was represented.
And there was a lot of people from other nationalities as well, from Poland, Romania, you name it, they were here, and they loved the day. And there's plenty of food, lots of drink, been well served, and the whole thing is, I'm very delighted. But I won't realise till I see a bit of video how well it did go,
Well, listen, congratulations, Brendan, on a wonderful day. Well done to you for all the great work you do. I've been joined by Frank O'Reilly all the way from County Cavan, and he's the man with the finest beard here today in London. Frank, how long did it take you to do this beard?
Oh, well, it's grown there a long time. It wasn't. It was brown when I started growing it about 40 years ago, and I'd have to cut a bit off it occasionally and make it a bit narrow on the sides and so on. And then I had to try arrange the tricolour, but I didn't have to get white paint for the middle of it. I think the middle of it is white enough as it is now. I think just the green and gold does.
Well, I'll tell you what, you're doing a great job. And now look at you're a singer-songwriter, aren't you?
That's right. Well, a songwriter. Well, I can sing a bit, all right. Yeah. Once I don't have to make a living of it, you know.
Yeah. Well, look at why don't you give us a song today? We're all having a great time down here at the Vintage Rally Show. Why don't you celebrate with us?
All right, then. Well, I'll give you the first verse of the Greenford Irish Festival.
Okay. Off you go.
I arrived back in London to see all I could, and I seen where the old Galty mower had stood. There was trucks, cars and tractors, they were all on their way to the Greenford Irish Festival for to go on display.
Good man, good
We
man.
left the Galty at 10 and got there at midday. We passed by a horse-drawn cart on the way. The Clydesdale was relaxed as she plodded along, and Ken sat on the sheaves at him singing a song. The load was well built, it was plainly be seen, as Ken drew the sheaves to the thrashing machine. Ken Allison's oats was the colour of gold, and each sheaf that was thrashed were all auctioned and sold.
Frank, well done, well done.
As I walk down the road on this fine autumn morn, I can see the great combine collecting the corn, and my mind wanders back in a moment of joy to the day of the thrasher when I was a boy.
Huey, tell me about this bike that's backdated to 1949.
Yeah, it was manufactured in Barton on Humber by a company called Hopper. The gentleman that owned it, rest his soul, he bought it in a shop in Enniskillen back in 1948. And when he used to come to the post office to collect his mama's pension and that, I would be running away with the bike because there was no bikes around much that time, and he'd let you have a go and ride it. So in them days I had to ride under the bar, even though my wife says you'd be still able to ride under the bar today, but that's another story.
Oh, that's unfair. And that was back in Virginia and County Cavan?
No, Glengevlin, County Cavan, the centre of the universe.
Okay. Now, are you enjoying the day here today? Great day.
Fantastic day, and I've been here every year since the first year, and I missed the first year because I had the flu, and that's when it came from Westminster, but every other year it came from the Galty Moor, and there was a rally along the North Circular, but they scaled that back a little bit this year, I think maybe for safety reasons.
But there's so many Irish people here today. It's a big, big crowd, big, massive field, but it's packed with people.
Oh, fantastic. But it's a great family day. There's something for everybody. You know, wood carving, the blacksmith, sheep shearing, the thrashing. That's probably too young for you, Martin, but...
I wish it was.
But, yeah. So there's something for everyone, and it's great. And you see all the people that's there with young children, and that is fantastic.
Well, look, enjoy the day, Huey.
Thank you, Martin.
And most of the workers I knew as a child have reaped the great harvest for which they have toiled. No more in the valley will hear that machine, for just like the corncrake, they're gone from the scene. But it makes me feel sad as I dream of it still.
What a fantastic day we all had, and we're really looking forward to next year's when it'll be bigger and better. Now on next week's show, we're going to be showing you some more of the highlights from the London Vintage Rally. We're off for a quick break. See you soon. I've been doing a spot of fishing while you've been away. Welcome back to the Irish in the UK. Now don't forget, we're here every Thursday evening at 7 o'clock with Henry McGlade for the Irish at home and abroad, and I'm back at 7:30 for the Irish in the UK. Now next up, we're off to Hayrod Training Services in Oldham, who are running an apprenticeship scheme for people who would like to learn a trade in construction. So we went along to find out a little bit more. Paul, tell me a bit about Hayrod Construction, when the company was first formed.
Hayrod Construction was started in 1978 by my father, Frank Gillespie, initially just as a labour-only contractor, but has since grown to be a contractor to deliver all concrete frames from the smallest schools to high-rise and hospitals.
And how long have you been involved with the company?
I've been involved with the company now for about 15 years and director since 2004 and took over as managing director in 2010.
And the company has grown massively over the years.
The company grown to being close to 100 million turnover in 2007. However, when the recession came, it had to downsize and cut its cloth to suit. We ended up going national, working from Glasgow to London, from the east coast to the west coast, but have since regressed back to the northwest.
Now tell me a bit about the type of work that you do.
The work we do is all civils types of works, groundworks and high-rise concrete frames, hospitals. It's all concrete frames works, and we've added on the training centre now and the apprenticeships.
You've got a lot of work going on in Manchester at the moment and around the northwest.
Manchester's booming with the PRS sector. Lots of high-rise apartments going on, apartment blocks everywhere. The northwest, Liverpool's taking off as well.
Now Mason, what do you hope to get out of the scheme?
Well, by the end of the 18 months, I'll be a fully qualified formwork joiner. It really is. It's a good trade to have, and you can take it anywhere in the world. So I'll have an MBQ behind me, and I'll have also a trade that's noticed everywhere in the world.
So you've been taught by, obviously, let's say, professional people here to train you up for the type of work you do. How difficult are you finding it?
Yeah, like I say, we're being trained by some of the best that's been about, and they're from the industry themselves, and they've worked basically on the front line as a formwork joiner, and they've been supervisors. It is a difficult trade to be in. Anyone that says it's easy is lying, because it is hard day to day, but I think the rewards outweigh the hard work, so that's that.
Are you happy that you joined the course?
Yeah, without a doubt. It's probably one of the best things I've done. I met a lot of new people, and I'm working towards a goal, and I'm working towards something that's probably going to benefit me in the long run.
Would you recommend it to other young people that's out there that would like to get involved in the building trade in one form or another?
Without a doubt. Like I said, it's the best thing I've probably done, and it's a good, if you've got a good work ethic and you want to do well and you want to be within a team environment, it's a really good trade to be within, and the good companies that we're working for.
John, can you tell me a bit about the apprenticeship that you run here?
Yes, well, here at Hayrod Training Services we offer apprenticeships in formwork, steel fixing and general construction operations.
Now this is something unique really, because apprenticeships seem to have gone by the board for many, many years.
Yes, we are quite a unique centre. We're probably the only centre in the northwest, or in the north of England, to be honest with you, that offer the formwork, steel fixing. But GCO is one of the apprenticeships which is more common, but we do specialise in formwork and steel fixing.
Now you mentioned formwork and steel fixing there, but there's other things that you teach as well, isn't there?
There is. We teach groundworks as well, which is pipe laying, curb laying, and anything to do in the ground, foundations, anything like that. But we're also in the trying to get off the ground, painting and decorating as well. But that's at a young stage at the moment.
Now, if people want to join the course and get in contact with you here at Hayrods, how can they do that?
They can look on our website. If they Google Hayrod Training Services, we'll come straight up on that on Google. We're also on LinkedIn, either myself under John McPhillips or Hayrod Training Services. We're also on Twitter and Facebook.
Excellent. Great to speak to you, John.
Thank you.
It's a great opportunity for people to learn a trade and get involved in construction. Now we're off to meet Justin Ward Mallinson and her wonderful School of Irish Dancing. Don't forget, we're back next Thursday evening at 7 o'clock. Take care of yourselves and thank you for watching. Justin, can you tell me how long has the school been established here, the Justin Ward Mallinson School of Irish Dancing?
I started teaching 21 years ago in St Mary's Hall in Levenshulme. I started with 1 night a week class. I competed from the age of 8 to 26, and at the age of 26 decided to hang my boots up and go into the teaching side. Passionate about it, it's all I've ever wanted to do. So the class has evolved and developed from that 1 night a week to 4 nights a week.
Well, I can tell you've got great passion because, you know, I was watching you there teaching the children earlier on and your dancers, and you take great pride in what you do.
I do. I absolutely love what I do. It's so satisfying to bring a child from a beginner level to a championship level, or even a child that is here to dance for enjoyment. It's just wonderful to be able to bring the Irish culture through in that way.
Tell me a little bit about your own dancing career.
Well, I'm 3rd generation Irish, actually. My mum took me to classes because it was just something to do. I was the North West Regional Champion for 14 years. I was runner-up at the All England Championships, and I have numerous world medals. But dancing from the age of 8 to 26, you're going to collect a few trophies along the way, hopefully.
Now, if people would like their children to come along and join your class here at Mount Carmel Roman Catholic School in Blakely, how can they do that?
They could contact me on Facebook. I'm available on Facebook, make inquiries that way. I'm assuming they could contact the school, perhaps, although they might not like being inundated with telephone calls, but it is an option. But Facebook probably is the best way. There is a Ward Mallinson Dancing School page.
Well, I can tell that you take great pride, passion in what you do. Congratulations in your great school and your own career as well. It's been lovely to be here with you tonight.
Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure to have you. Thank you.
Annie May, tell me a little bit about your dancing career so far.
Well, I've been to Ireland, all around the UK, Scotland, London, Newcastle, lots of other places. I'm the North West champion. I'm top 3 at the Scottish Nationals, top 10 at the Great Britain and British Nationals.
My goodness, there's nothing else to do, is there? You've done so much already.
Yeah, I've won quite a lot of championships.
John Joe, can you tell me, how did you win this beautiful cup?
So I had to dance well. There was 20 in it. And I beat them by trying my hardest. And I had to listen to my teacher.
And are you going to try your hardest now and grow up to be another big champion?
Yeah.
Sinead, can you tell me, when did you first get interested in Irish dancing?
I started dancing at the age of 4. My family have always been involved in the Irish culture, so Irish dancing was a no-brainer for me.
So you're following in family traditions?
Yeah, my cousin Kira Kennedy, she was in Riverdance or Lord of the Dance, so we have a few family members involved in the Irish dancing.
Now obviously you compete all over the country, but tell me some of the places where you've danced.
Last year I competed in Florida at the North American Irish Dance Championships, and the year before that I competed at the World Championships in Montreal in Canada.